of what this AI tool is capable of doing, what this AI technology can do, and what this AI cannot do. Okay, so we'll get to see that in a bit. So today's content, we are going to look deeply into understanding ChatGPT. We are going to explore the various use cases, the various features, the various things that you can do with ChatGPT. There are a lot of things you can do with ChatGPT, as we are coming to see later. We can use it for virtually anything. The only limitation that is available that we can encounter in using ChatGPT is our curiosity, is our belief, is our perception. But beyond that, it can help in so many ways, provided that the user have the requisite prompt engineering skills. And we'll look at the basics of prompting. What is prompting? We'll get to know that in a bit. And how do you write a good, proper prompt? And we'll get to see the different types of prompting that we have. Then there are different techniques, there are different tactics, there are different ways that you use to get the desired output from any AI tool, be it ChatGPT, be it Gemini, be it Copilot. There are so many ways that you can leverage to get the desired output. So we'll get to see that also in the next few slides that we are going to cover today. Then we'll look at the benefit of prompting. We also look at the common pitfalls in prompting design. What are the red flags when writing a prompt? What are the best practices? What are the best ways to get the most out of this AI technology? And also, during the end of the session, we look at the practical application of ChatGPT, practical application of prompting in ChatGPT. And then, hopefully, if time permits, we are going to look at the hands-on training. Then we close it with a Q&A session. So this is what we are going to cover for tonight. These are the content, and hopefully we'll get to do that within the range of 1 hour. That's my hope. So, as I said, this training is designed to equip participants, which is you at the moment, equip you with the skills, the information that you need to get the best out of any AI tool. The reason why I believe that understanding prompting is the very basics of getting into the AI space, because whichever AI tool you are getting to start using, be it ChatGPT, Gemini, one thing stands out, which is prompting. We communicate, we use AI tools with prompting. And if a user doesn't have the requisite skills, the knowledge, the know-how of how to write an effective prompt, then all the tools that he'll be introduced to, all the tools that he'll be using will be in vain, because talk of creating website with AI, it always depends on your prompt. Talk of creating videos with AI, it all depends on your prompt. Talk of creating chatbots for businesses to handle their customer support services, it all boils down to prompt. What instruction are you giving the AI to do? What tasks are you giving it to do? That's what prompt engineering is, and that's why it's very, very crucial, very, very important for beginners to understand this prompting, because it matters a lot. It really matters a lot. So ChatGPT, start with this, understanding ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? We've seen the announcement, the going popularization of ChatGPT from 2022 when it becomes viral. Everyone talks about ChatGPT. it can do this. People were wow, it can do this, it can do that. But what exactly is ChatGPT? Okay. At the start of it, from the word, ChatGPT is a two syllables word from the chat and the GPT. The chat is a different part, and the GPT is an acronym. The GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformers. And when you combine this ChatGPT together, this is a large language model that is trained on a vast amount of data. When I say data, I'm referring to all the information available on the internet, ranging from text, videos, website, research papers, ebooks, anything you could think of. This tool, ChatGPT, is trained from all the information that are available on the internet. So that's why you can see it is the master of all, because it has been trained with all the data that are available on the internet. And it is so exceptional in almost every task, ranging from drafting emails, brainstorming, scheduling your activities, anything you could think of. So next time you think of ChatGPT, just know that it is trained on so much more data, billions of data from around the world, from around the internet. And that's why it is so smart and working efficiently, faster than other search engines will do. Okay. And we have been using it from our day-to-day life. I believe you have been using it for so many different reasons, for so many different activities. Personally, I use ChatGPT for brainstorming. I use ChatGPT for scheduling activities. I use ChatGPT for a lot of things. Okay. And ChatGPT can be used in so many areas, depending on the specific field that you are working or the specific area that you are interested in. People in the academics use ChatGPT to help them in their research work. People use it to generate summaries. People use it to scan documents, to peruse through documents, and so many other things. The possibilities of using ChatGPT, as we are coming to see, is endless. There are so many features of ChatGPT that you can explore and start using right away. Some of which are known, some of which are unknown. But we get to see that at the later end of tonight's session. Okay. So next slide. Now, after understanding that ChatGPT is the engine block of this whole part of this whole AI stuff that we have come to see, okay, it is the block, assume it is the powerhouse of knowledge. How do you get to tap into that particular knowledge of ChatGPT? Now, that's where prompting comes in. If I may ask, what is a prompt? You know, in different contexts, a prompt in the sense of time management, when we say prompt, we can refer to it as urgent or right now or ASAP, as we call it. But in artificial intelligence context, when we say prompt, it is simply referring to the instruction that you give to this large language model, this AI tool, to guide its response. Whatever you feed into this AI is what you will get. Just consider it as garbage in, garbage out. So an effective prompt will give you a good result, but a low quality prompt will give you a low quality response. And that's why it is very, very important to understand prompt, because two people can work on the same topic, same area using AI, but their response is different. Their work, the quality of their work is different, simply because one is professional in prompting, in knowing how to craft this prompt, while the other thinks he knows how to write English and he just went ahead and write. You know, it is, as we are coming to see, prompt engineering is not prompt writing. That a user understand English and how to speak and how to write in English doesn't mean he's a good prompt writer. Okay, that's two different things, as we are coming to see in the next slide. Okay, so it is very, very important to understand prompting. So having said, talk about prompting. Now, let's look at what are the characteristics of an effective prompt. What makes an effective prompt? How can you be sure that you are writing a very qualitative prompt? Number one, it should be clear. You should state exactly what you need. When speaking or when communicating with an AI tool, you shouldn't, as the user, beat around the bush. If you are looking for an article, or you are working on an article, or creating content on fish farming or on artificial intelligence, go specific, narrow down your thoughts to that particular field. Don't go from this place to this place. Just try to be specific with your prompt. This is what you want. Give the AI what you want. Tell it what you want. And the second thing is it should be concise. Yeah, you should avoid writing too much grammar. You know that we humans have different way of explaining things. There are people that write things in a long form content, which can be written in a simple 2 lines. So the AI that we are currently having for today in today's world prefers you to write your prompt in a very, very brief manner, such that they can be able to take that particular input and provide you with the best response. Then, yeah, number 2 and number 3 are almost similar because specific and concise are almost interchangeably, they can be used interchangeably. So you should provide context when trying to write your prompt. Be specific. Give a context, a background context to give the AI an idea of what you want. Assuming you are working in a team at your office or in your business, and you are working on a project to produce an end of year sales report. Okay, so when trying to use ChatGPT for that particular task, try as much as possible to give it a context, to tell the AI, this is what you are working on, an end of year sales report, and these are the data. This is the sales for January, February, March. Give it a context so that it will have an idea. At some point, when trying to be this specific background context, you can bring out a similar work of the, if you have a sample or a similar work of a report that you like the AI to generate, you can give it an example of it so that it will have an idea of what you specifically want. Then you should give a format of how you want the AI to structure your output, your response. Okay. If not, if the format is not provided, then that is where you see the AI giving you long form content, whereas you need a short, brief form content because you didn't tell it to do that. And if you do not provide the format guidance, that's where you see it providing a bullet point when you need a very comprehensive write-up. So give it a format, whether in bullet form, long form content, short form content, a report, a PDF format, all those things. Take that in mind when writing your prompt. Give it a format. Then prompting, when writing your prompt, it is not a one-time task. The AI will generate the first response. And normally what I realize is from my experience in using these AI tools is that the best response doesn't lie in the first response output given by the AI. Sometimes we need to iterate when the AI gives you this, you can prompt it to rectify this, input this, do that, adjust this, make adjustments, tweak the responses. And that's where you begin to see some fixes, small fixes, but will be making big difference in your output. Okay, and that's what makes the difference. That is what will differentiate your work, assuming you are given a work to do. That's what will differentiate your work from others that just go in there and get the first response that given by the AI. But after iterating, just like if just when using an AI tool, assume it is a human being. When you converse, okay, twist it, ask it to change this, change that. That's where you begin to see some fixes, small fixes that's making the big difference. So these are the characteristics of an effective prompt. It should be clear, it should be concise, specific, and also provide background context of what you are working on, and then the format, and then also iterate. That's where you get the best output. So having looked at this thing we have gone so far, then let's look at, we've understand now what is a prompt and instruction given to the AI. So what is prompt engineering? Okay, what is prompt engineering? Prompt engineering is a skill, like I said, is a skill that helps you as the user to design prompts, to give instructions that will help to bring out specific and desired output from any large language models, such as ChatGPT. This instruction can be short or can be long, depending on what task is at your hand and what task you want the AI to do for you. Okay, so when looking at prompt engineering, like I said, knowing how to write in English doesn't guarantee or doesn't qualify someone to be a good prompt engineer. And yeah, let me prove my point here. Someone asked me, why do we call it prompt engineering instead of prompt writing? And my response is, although we are writing in plain English, we can't call it prompt writing. We have to call it prompt engineering to justify that when you write an instruction, you have to carefully select your words to fit in to the AI so that you can get the desired output. And that process of systematically selecting your words, that process of taking in words and arranging them in such a way that you tweak, you manipulate AI to give you the best response, is engineering. You can just go in and just, if you are saying prompt writing, you can go in and write anything that comes to mind, and the AI will give you anything that it also understands. That is garbage in, garbage out. But you have to engineer the AI. You have to structure your words, carefully select your words to get the desired output. And that is why it is called prompt engineering. And that is why others believe that they understand prompt engineering, whereas in the normal sense, they only know how to write English, but they do not know how prompt engineering really works. So there are components also, as we've seen earlier in the previous slide, there are components that makes a prompt a good prompt. And that's what we looked at in the previous prompt. So next time someone tells you that he's a prompt engineer, ask him what is a prompt, what does a prompt engineer do, and what are the components. I believe you are beginning to have an idea of the differences between a prompt writing and prompt engineer, and you can also be able to justify that, hopefully. Then let's look at the types of prompts. it can be categorized based on their purpose and complexities. We have the instructional prompts, which are direct. You are speaking directly to the AI. You are just like giving it an instruction, like, let's say, write a blog or write a content on the topic or summarize this document. This is instruction. You are giving it a instruction for a specific task directly to the point. You see, in this point, you are not giving it references. You are not adding other stuff. You are just directly doing that. And where and when do you use instructional prompt? You use instructional prompt when you are dealing with a very, very specific task that you are sure of doing. Assuming you have a work at your office or you have a work that you've been assigned to, you've been doing that for a while. And now you want an AI to do it for you, then you can give it. When you are trying to summarize a document, no matter how many ways you follow, the end goal is to summarize that particular article. So in that case, you just give it a direct instruction to summarize it. Then we have the contextual prompt. And in this contextual prompt, like we see here, you give it context. Okay, so this is where you give it when you want the AI to include or to implement a bit of creativity in its activity. Okay, you give it context to work with, you give it background. For instance, you are trying to work on a different field, which you have less experience in working with in that field. Okay, so assuming here I am trying to work on mechanical engineering stuff. I am not a mechanical engineer, but I have a task at hand to do something related to mechanical engineering. I can come to the AI, ChatGPT, and then give it context of the role that I've been given. Okay, I can give the AI a role. You are a mechanical engineer. Write a comprehensive article on the automobile industry in Nigeria. You see, in that particular instances, I am giving the AI context of what it should do. And although I am not a mechanical engineer, but with this prompt, I am able to give the AI context so that it will take the role of a mechanical engineer to work with that. Okay. And then there is exploratory prompts. And this prompt, you use it to boost creativity or to just explore something. Okay, you can come in assuming, you want to learn something or you want to find out something very new, like maybe fun facts, or you want to find out the hidden information or historical background of a particular tribe, particular region. You can come in here with your questions such as, what are the possibilities of AI taking over the world in 2030? You see, that's exploratory. You are just trying to imagine your thoughts and you work with the AI to see how you can explore things together. So that's why I said ChatGPT, most especially, and other AI tools are so good at being our companions, helping us with so many different things. It all depends on what we want to achieve with it. And as you can see here, each type of prompt plays a role on the kind of task that we are dealing with. Okay, so having seen that, what are the prompt engineering skills? Okay, what are the prompt engineering techniques? I mean, there are so many techniques that you can use in this prompt engineering. We have the role-based prompts, and this is where you instruct the AI, as we have seen earlier on, to take on a particular role, take on a specific role, because as I said earlier during the introduction, this AI is a master of all. This minute it can be a professor in education. The next minute it can be a professor in marketing. The next minute it can be a medical doctor, and the next minute ChatGPT can even be a native doctor. So it has all the knowledge, all that is required of you to tap into that creativity, that knowledge is this. What is this prompt in engineering techniques is talking about? Assuming you want the AI to take the role of an engineer, just like the way we talk, you can do that. Take the role of an engineer. If you are trying to get information on a specific domain that requires domain expertise, that's where you use this role-based native doctor, medical doctor, all these things. Just give it a role, then continue with your prompt, and you'll see the magic. The AI will take that role and work with that role and give you the desired output. Then we have the step-by-step prompt, which is you now start by guiding the AI on what to do. Instead of writing your prompt one line or too long and send it, you now start by breaking it down step by step. You want to write a blog on the health issues that older people are facing. But you now start by writing a simple prompt. Write what are the challenges elderly people between the range of 35 and 40 faces. Then you send it to the AI. The AI will bring you the result. Then you now continue with your prompt. Okay, what are the possibilities of people in their 50s dying, or what is making them dying? Okay, I'm just trying to give you a context of how this step-by-step works. This is where you break down large tasks into step-by-step, and then you start sending it to the AI step-by-step. So you work hand in hand. In this case, you work hand in hand with the AI to do that particular task. And then we have the template creation. Okay, so you can ask ChatGPT to create a template. Assuming you're in a work environment and there are so many tasks, repetitive tasks that you normally do. Let's assume you are a sales executive. You normally report sales quarterly or monthly. Then you can use ChatGPT to create a template, whereas you save that template and you can be using them. And whenever there is a need to update that particular template, you don't have to crack your brain. You can go into AI, write a prompt to edit the template, update the template, and do a lot of things with it. So AI, ChatGPT precisely, is very, very good at helping people avoid repetitive tasks, not search for the word avoid, automate repetitive tasks. You can automate all these processes. Then we have context and constraints. So you have to define, when you're trying to leverage prompt engineering techniques, you have to provide context and constraint. As we have seen before, you need to provide the context to the AI so that it will have an idea. Don't assume the AI knows what we are trying to look for or what you are trying to do. Just assume, whenever you are dealing with an AI tool, take it as a dummy stuff, as it doesn't even know anything, but it knows everything. But you, as the user, when trying to write a prompt, assume it doesn't know anything. Write your prompt with that particular knowledge, then see the magic. But if you are trying to hide some information from the AI, then definitely you begin to see shortcomings, lapses in your prompt, in your output. Then, as I said earlier, you need to iterate, do it over and over again. When the AI gives you a result, ask it to make changes to that. Input your creativity, ask it to modify the word, ask it to humanize the word, and that's what will make your work stand out. Even if it is content, even if it's a report that you are generating with AI, that's where people will likely not know whether it is AI or not AI. Because most of the people nowadays copy directly from AI from the first response, and then that's what they work with. But advisably, you should iterate first response, second response, see where it works, make changes to it, and then do the final work, and you can go on with the work. So what are the benefits? Let's look at so many benefits. There are so much more benefit of using prompt engineering, and I've just highlighted a few here. Number one, it maximizes the accuracy and relevance of your response. Okay, so as you've come to see, if you want an accurate, a better, a relevant response to AI, give it a good prompt. You can, as well, picture this, two individuals can go into the AI and ask, what is, or who is the president of Nigeria? You know, that's a very wide question, broad question, not narrow question. Who is the president of Nigeria? And the other person who is skilled in prompting, who is skilled in prompt engineering, goes ahead, knows exactly what he's looking for, and asks the question, who is the current president of Nigeria? You see, that word current makes all the difference. So you have to provide relevant prompting to be able to get accurate and relevant output from the AI. AI is in our hands as humans, is just like a small 5-year-old child. The more specific you are when trying to give direction to a child, is the same way you apply when using an AI tool. Be specific and also give a clear instruction, then you see the work done very well. Then the second one is it saves time by reducing the need to follow-ups and clarification. So when you give, from the first instance, when you give a very, very good prompt, then it will save you time from iterating much, because you already have the best output. Then the third one is it enhances the user's control over the output, enabling tailored and precise results. So in this case, you have control over what you are getting from AI. It is not like AI is giving you an output without you knowing what it is giving you, because there are a lot of times people are using AI, but they do not know what AI is giving you. Because one thing is, if you do not even understand this prompt engineering, AI can give you something that is way totally out of hand, and you collect that. Why? Because you do not have that particular expertise, that particular experience in using the AI. So boiling down your AI, your prompt engineering in using AI into specific, precise, and relevant one makes you receive relevant responses from the AI. So then, what are the common pitfalls? What are the common red flags whenever you are interacting with an AI tool, be it ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, all you are using AI for video generation, you are using AI for building website. These are the things you should avoid. But most especially, as we are focused on tonight, is ChatGPT. If you are using ChatGPT for your work, avoid these things. You should not be ambiguous. Don't give an ambiguous prompt. Avoid using unclear languages. Your prompt should be relevant and straight to the point. Example, let me give you an example of this, as we have seen here. You see, an ambiguous prompt might be, tell me about Nigeria, or as we have seen here in this prompt, tell me about a tree. You see, you are not specific here. What type of tree are you talking about? Okay. And if I'm going by the prompt I just said, tell me about Nigeria, which part of Nigeria are you talking about? You see, when using an AI tool, you don't assume the AI knows what is in your mind. You bring it out. Okay, so if you are in this example, a good prompt would be, tell me about the northern part of Nigeria, or tell me about the southern part of Nigeria. And if you are trying to be even more specific, you can go as well as, tell me about Akwa Ibom. You know, Akwa Ibom is still, I believe, in the southwest or south, but the thing is here is, be specific of what you want. Then the second one is examples, improved examples. Okay, so no, sorry, I mean, the second one is overloading. Okay, so while you are trying to give a comprehensive, a good prompt, avoid overloading the AI with so many unrelated stuff. You are trying to get information about Nigeria, go specific, exactly what you want. Are you interested in the economic situation of Nigeria? Are you interested in the security part of Nigeria? It should be straight to the point, no overloading of information. And also, lack of context. In your prompt, you should always give context as much as possible of what you are trying to do, because for every task that you have, there is a reason why you are doing tasks. There is an output in your mind. There is a desire. There is a way you want to have that particular work being done and being seen. So when trying to use an AI to help you with that work, bring it out. AI is your companion, so bring it out to it, feed it that information of what you want to do so that it will have a context to work with. And whenever an AI have a context to work with, that's when you'll be able to see a very good result of your task. But if you hide things away from AI and just give it the task, then it will give you a generalized task. But with your context, you know, there is, we all as humans have different desires to work. There is a motivation for a particular task. There is what motivates you to do a particular task. So if you can bring that up, that will add the personalization of your work. But if you do not provide that context, then I will bring a broad topic, a broad write-up and present it to you. And you go about sharing it on with your teammate or with your other platforms. So these are the things you should avoid. Ambiguity, the first one. Overloading, don't overload AI with too much information. Too much information will make it lose control of what it should give you, and also give it context. Don't ever write your prompt without a context. Yeah. So this is it. Then the practical applications where it daily lives in our practical and day-to-day activities. And these are some activities I designed, which hopefully I will share my screen, then go to already sharing my screen. So these are the list of activities. You can use it for drafting communication, and you can use it to draft a memo announcing a new digital filing system. You know, these are some of the activities. You can also use AI to brainstorm on a new idea that you have. And if you are finding it difficult to effectively communicate your idea or effectively communicate a particular stuff that is going on in your mind, you can easily leverage AI, ChatGPT, to help you with that. All you have to do is feel free, just the way you speak to your normal colleague at work, normal person at home, has the same way you speak with an AI. It uses natural language processing, as you know, to understand what we want, to understand plain English. And that is even why people nowadays call prompt engineering as the new programming language. Nowadays, you don't even have to be a coder. You don't even have to be a programmer. You don't even have to be a computer scientist. You don't even have to study computer science to use an AI tool, or to build solutions, or to build applications, or to leverage AI into your workspace. All you have to do is to get the basics of prompt engineering. And when you have that foundation, then you are on your way to success, because all the systems that are no code and low code platforms, whereas you can build applications without writing a single line of code. And all that is done with prompting. As during the course of the program, hopefully we'll see how you can create a website using a prompt by just describing the kind of website you need, and you have a fully built website for you, for yourself, for your business, for your personal stuff. And yeah, this is also part of the practical applications of AI I'm saying. And also you can use, there are platforms, we'll get to see that also during the course of this training program, where you can use AI to generate videos. Nowadays, you don't have to sit in the four corners of your room with a phone standing in front of you to record videos. I mean, you can easily leverage an AI tool by just writing the prompt, describing the video you want. And within a few minutes, this AI will present a very, very professional video for you that will be ready for sharing on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and whatever platforms that you have. So you see, nowadays, there are so many pathways to leveraging AI in content creation. You can decide that are, like what I'm seeing that is trending nowadays is these fairy tales, people using AI tools to generate stories and then posting it on platforms. And with that, they'll be able to, when they reach a particular limit, they'll be able to get something out of their work. Yeah, I mean, by getting something, I mean, they'll be able to get paid by the platforms they are posting that particular content with. So there are image generators. People nowadays are generating images. People nowadays are even generating songs. Yeah, you can use, although this is, yeah, just to show you the practical applications of AI, tell you the practical applications of AI, you can use also with prompts, just describing the type of song you need. AI can generate a fully created music for you, and you will be able to listen to it and feel the connection, just like this, the same way artists sing. AI can do that for you. So nowadays, the applications of AI is in every field. It's just what is left for us here as humans is to be curious, look at areas, look at industries, look at fields that are way behind in using AI. Then you explore that particular field and present yourself as an expert, which is what I see you are beginning to talk on during our conversation, which is an AI expert. Well, an AI expert is someone who is knowledgeable on AI. He knows where to apply AI. He can provide his services as an AI consultant, whereas he'll help businesses decide whether they should use AI. And if they should use AI, this AI expert will help them in designing a step-by-step procedure on how to implement AI into their business processes. This AI expert will be able to consult, will be able to liaise and work with AI developers, because there are two different fields. We have the AI expert, and we have the AI engineers, and we have the AI developers. So all these operate on their specific fields. You can be an AI expert without studying computer science. You can be an AI expert without learning how to write a single code. All you need is the information and knowledge on AI. And that is what I'm trying to pour into you during this training program. And my hope is that by the end of this training program, you will see yourself as an AI expert. Then from there, you build on this knowledge, on this information that you've gotten from this training, then continuously learn and improve. And that way, you'll be able to scale through, present yourself to industries as someone who knows about AI and how AI can help that particular industry. So this is about the practical applications of AI. Then next thing is principles of ethical uses. We are coming to the end of the presentation. So the principle is transparency. Okay. So I don't know if you've ever noticed it when you are using an AI tool, at the bottom below, you'll see a place where they specifically wrote that AI responses or ChatGPT may sometimes present irrelevant results to you. So you should fact check every information that you got from the AI. It's not everything that the AI present to you that is fact. AI can hallucinate. It can make up stories. So try as much as possible to be cautious of that. And that's the transparency part. Even the owners of the AI, the developers of the AI tool are transparent in the sense that they specifically write at the bottom. So every user will know that whatever he gets from the AI, he should fact check that information. And then the accuracy also speaks about verifying information and cross-referencing it to see if that information is particularly correct. While AI is smart, while AI knows have information on different areas, different fields, it can still make up stories. So it is at the best interest of the user to verify information, AI-generated information, before working on that. Then privacy. When using an AI tool, you should avoid at all means sharing your private matters with the AI. Where there are some points, there are some things that shouldn't be made public, because whatever conversation you are having with the AI, these people, these developers, these AI developers are using some of your conversation, are monitoring some of your conversation to train the AI and to also modify the AI on what it should do. So try as much as possible to avoid chatting about your personal life, because your privacy matters a lot. If it is work related, professional development related, do that. But personal conversation, no, avoid that. Then also accountability. Users should take responsibility for how ChatGPT output are utilized. Yes, you should be accountable, because like I said, it is garbage in, garbage out. It is what you give the AI that the AI will work on it and provide you with response. So if you have been given a task, or you're working on a project and you leverage AI tool for that, definitely you should be accountable for that output, for that work, because you use AI, but at the very end, you are the one accountable who will be accountable for that particular work that you've done. So keep that in mind. Then critical thinking. And this is very, very important, because this is where you critically evaluate the response of this AI tool. And I believe this is what will differentiate. This is even what differentiates us humans with machines. We critically think, we are good problem solvers, we communicate effectively, and we are adaptable. Soft skills, these are the soft skills. And Very, very soon, as we are coming to a future, we will likely have a future where the best thing a human can have is these soft skills. You should be a critical thinker. So whatever response you got from the AI, you'll be able to carefully evaluate and see, identify red flags, and see if this is the genuine answer. Okay. Then inclusivity. It promotes diverse and unbiased usage. Avoid discriminatory application. Yeah, there are some languages that if you try to use it on AI, it will not give you a response. And that is because the developers of this platform have carefully trained their AI to avoid such languages. And that is a continuous process. They are continually improving and trying to filter out some words so that they will not be using it for people will not be using it for biased languages, foul languages, and all these things. So yeah. So in conclusion, AI is a very, very good technology. It is no longer an emerging technology. It is here with us, it lives with us. We are using it, we are surrounded by it. Even if we are not using it, people around us are using it. And whether we are prepared or not prepared, AI is dominating different fields. And from what I would say is, people usually ask me this question: is AI going to take my job? You know, that has been the debate for a very long time. Is AI going to take my job? Not really. AI alone cannot take your job, but people who use AI will take your job. So yeah, that's why I'm so happy whenever someone shows interest in learning about AI, because that shows the person is futuristic. He's carefully positioning himself as someone who will leverage technology for his work, who will leverage this technology to automate mundane tasks, will automate processes, who will help businesses leverage AI, and so many of that. So this is it about tonight's presentation. Thank you very much. And yeah, let me stop sharing my screen. If there are any questions that you may have, any observation, any feedback, it will be very, very welcome, because this is what will keep the training engaging. And this is what has been helping us to refine our teaching approach and to also work on future trainings. Thank you very much. Hello, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. I mute so that I will not cause any mistake in the recording. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very clear. Very clear. Thank you very much. Very, very, very much. The truth is, I'm paying for the course, though it's everyone on one. I didn't know you're going to prompt like this, because I've been seeing it has been looking like French. But now AI expert to break it down for me. That's why I was even surprised that I could just sit like this now for the past 1 hour, 15 minutes. I'm just listening. I think it's very, very good. It's interesting. But let me do small, not on the prompt. Before you started, you said something about the platform. Then why you send the Google form for me to fill was for you to what are my training needs. Then, you also talked about AI career goals. We talked about when I'm able to handle all these things, how can I become an AI expert? Now, in the specifics now, I just want to know, after the general one, the basic knowledge and everything, like the prompting we did last time. If somebody wants to feel of it, can he now say he's an AI expert, like a teacher now, say I'm AI in education, or is that one a specific area? The person is specialized, or it's better for the person to just do all of it, because you use medicine, for example, you use mechanical engineering, and just truly, these are areas where I've played with before. Mechanical engineering first degree. I did computer education second degree before I moved to third degree in health, but I'm not using the other two. It's only computer I was using. At the time, it looks as
Hello. Okay, thank you very much for that questions. So yeah, like I was saying from the initial start of the program, we have the Unified Career Platform, which is the TechMind Academy, which I introduced you to. And in that particular platform, there are two AI tools. The first one is for career development, and that tool provide career advice. So if you are looking to transition into technology, or you are looking to transition into any other field, you can use this tool to get guidance, personalized guidance on what are the things, what are the areas, what are the things you should be doing to get to that particular point. That tool is trained to work hand in hand with you to provide you with a response, with the prompt advice that you need to achieve your career goals. And speaking of AI, becoming an AI engineer, there is something about being narrowing down, niching down. If you are working on AI, identify yourself, assuming after this training, you have gained all the skills, requisite skills, the experience, the knowledge, then you can start building up your career as an AI expert, but with respect to a particular field. Because there is something about narrowing down your skills and your expertise into one particular area, into one particular lane. And this is because when clients are looking to work with experts, they don't look for generalized expert. They look for someone with domain expertise, someone who is deeply working on that particular area. So assuming you are an AI expert, then which part of AI, which part of the industry are you servicing? Are you servicing the manufacturing sector? Are you servicing the e-commerce sector? Or are you servicing the agricultural sector? Get a particular industry, then find information on how AI can help that particular industry. Use your knowledge, use the skills, use the information, use the training that you've gotten about AI to now come up with solution to the problems, to the needs of that particular industry. That's where you become an expert, and that's where you get more clients. Because if clients are looking for AI expert in agriculture, they will likely consider you not someone who is a general AI expert. He's an expert in agriculture, e-commerce, but you having that specific area of specialization will make you stand out. This is my advice. Get a particular area, industry, use your information, your knowledge, the training we've given you to focus on that and build a career on that. So this will bring it to the end of tonight's session. If you have further questions, you can reach out to me directly through my WhatsApp number. And also, I encourage you to continue utilizing those particular platforms using the AI career assistance bot and we using the skill development bot. Thank you very much. And yeah, I will see you in the next session. Thank you.